Hey everybody, we are back with another game recap. This will be for November 19th, Sunday slate of games. The first one is a low-scoring one. The Browns defeated the Steelers 13-10. Kenny Pickett was 15-28, 106 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. He also had 4 carries for 9 yards. Nobody should be rostering Kenny Pickett whatsoever at this point, outside of extremely deep leagues where all the starters are picked up. Jaylen Warren, 9 carries, 129 yards, and a touchdown. He also had a 74-yarder that kind of skewed this, but he is clearly the more explosive back. He has been all year, but he seems to be getting more attention here recently. Najee Harris, only 12 carries for 35 yards, not even 3 yards per carry. Just kind of emphasizes the point even more that they need to give Jaylen Warren the ball. Because Najee, we keep saying, hey, Jaylen Warren, we've been saying this since the beginning of the year that, hey, this is going to be Jaylen Warren's backfield at any point now, and Najee just keeps getting volume. Here he had more carries than Jaylen Warren. Even though Jaylen Warren had the 3 catches, Najee only had the 1. Still, Najee getting the volume still, hopefully, because the gap in yards per carry was so wide, this will be a message to the Steelers like, hey, maybe it's finally time to give Jaylen Warren the ball. That's the complete optimist in me, but I still think that there's a chance that happens. George Pickens also had a carry for -1 yard, but he did lead the team in receiving, 4 catches, 38 yards. This is what it should normally be here with the low receptions, low yards, because there's not really any passing game whatsoever with Kenny Pickett, and there won't be with Mitch Trubisky either. So no matter what the Steelers do, at least this season, I would hold George Pickens in Dynasty, absolutely. There are going to be better days ahead in his career, but as far as this season, they're either going to load up Pickens or they're going to load up Diontae Johnson, and the other one's going to totally miss out, or they're going to spread it evenly like this. 38 yards for Pickens. Allen Robinson, 3 catches for 20 yards. Diontae Johnson, 2 catches for 16 on 8 targets. He did lead the team in targets, though. Jaylen Warren had the 3 catches for 16. Darnell Washington had a catch for 8. Pat Freiermuth came back, just the catch for 7 here. Should be better days ahead, this being his first game back from injury. And Najee Harris also had a catch for 1 yard. For the Browns, DTR was 24-43, 165 yards. No touchdowns and an interception. He also had 3 carries for 20 yards. He has a really interesting skill set. I don't think he's going to get there anytime soon, so it's going to take a little bit of patience, but keep an eye on DTR. Not very many guys getting these 43 attempts per game is a lot, and DTR can add a little bit on the ground. Think Josh Dobbs on the very high end is what DTR can eventually be. It may not be this season, but if he keeps getting opportunities like this, he's going to grow towards being a very fantasy relevant quarterback. So keep an eye on him. Maybe he turns out to be something come playoff time. Kareem Hunt had 12 carries for 36 yards. Jerome Ford, 12 carries for 31 and a touchdown. Interesting that not only were the outputs almost identical, but Jerome Ford got the touchdown over Kareem Hunt. So Hunt, not the bank on it. He's had a crazy touchdown streak here, so not as set and done that Kareem Hunt is going to get the touchdown near the goal line, but it should be said that Kareem Hunt had more catches than Ford in this game. Kareem Hunt had 3 catches for 1 yard. Jerome Ford had 2 catches for 8. So Ford had more targets though with 5, and Kareem Hunt had 3 targets. So something to keep an eye on here. These guys are really close together. I would still give the edge to Ford because not only is he getting the touchdown now, but he usually gets more receiving output than this. Interesting that Kareem Hunt had more catches, but you saw Ford get more targets. Still, play Ford as you normally would with the new quarterback. Play Hunt as you normally would, but I still think Hunt is mostly a very touchdown-dependent play at this point. And Cedric Tillman just had the 1 carry for 8 yards, and Pierre Strong also had a carry for 1. Elijah Moore was the leading receiver here. 6 catches, 60 yards on 7 targets. And here's where it really gets interesting. David Njoku, 7 catches, 56 yards, 15 targets. So DTR loves throwing to David Njoku. No other receiver really had success in DTR's very first start except for David Njoku. And here he is getting 15 targets, almost double what anybody else got. Amari Cooper had 8. So this is insane stuff. I think David Njoku is becoming a must-start as long as DTR is the quarterback. Amari Cooper, 4 catches, 34 yards, 8 targets. Interesting that he had more targets than Moore, had 2 less catches. So Cooper, I would still consider him the wide receiver 1, but that gap is definitely closing with Elijah Moore here recently. Pierre Strong also had a catch for 4, and Cedric Tillman had 2 targets, but only the 1 catch for 2 yards.